Hello and welcome to the Nature's Glory Cabin channel, Off-Road Edition. In today's video, we'll be highlighting a trail or a trail event that we took in the area. In addition to this YouTube channel, there's also a Facebook page with the same name. Please like and subscribe. In this episode, we'll be doing the Boone Backcountry Byway, doing the EZ Trail with Wannabe Overland. They also have a web page on Facebook that's Wannabe Overland Trips. You can see us lining up here getting ready for the trip right now. I sped this up because this is going to be a long video. It's about a 6-hour trip I condensed down to, I believe, just under an hour. With any luck, you'll enjoy it. So here we are heading out and heading toward the trail. We had to drive for a little while before we actually got to the location where we were off trail. So we're going to do this for a while. Here you'll see where we take our first turn to head down to the trail. If you follow the GAIA map that I showed earlier, you'll see all of the turns and the entire map that we take. This is a pretty easy trail. I intentionally left a lot of this in so you can see just how easy it is. There are a couple of small obstacles, and I'll explain those when we get to them. We're coming up here now to a small water crossing. It's not much, but you can see there are several of these on this trail. None of them are very deep, and if you can see the vehicle in front of me, it's a mostly stock Toyota Tacoma, and he goes right on through and right out of it. as we run along the side of this creek here, there's a few little rocks and such to go over, and nothing very complicated. You'll see it as we do it. Look at the truck in front of me, and you can tell that, again, it's not very much of a hard trail that you can go on fairly easy. A little bit of water, that's about it. As you can see through here, it actually is really beautiful country. We're running alongside a little stream, a few little rocks, a little water here and there. And this has pretty much been the theme of the entire trail on this side. There are another trail or two we're going to do later, and we're coming up on I wouldn't call it difficult, but there's a little drop off coming up. And we did have one casualty that had to be winched out because he made a small technical error. And we'll get to that in a minute. We are coming up now on a small drop off here. This drop off's about 2 feet, and if you get too far to the right on it, you'll get your tire caught in between the hill on the other side and a big stone. So as you go through this, you can see we drop off, so you got to stay a little bit left and kind of in the groove. You'll watch me fall off here. Now as we go through here, one thing you need to remember as you travel through here is that always keep an eye, make sure you can see the vehicle in front of you and the vehicle behind you. Because as we get through this and we start to cross this river crossing here, excuse me, little creek, we get around this corner and I realize the car behind me is not there anymore. So we have to go back. We'll show you about that in just a second. Now this looks like we went farther than we did because I've sped this video clip up. But here in a second, I use my cell phone to take this video. You'll see the mostly stock FJ, how he got a little too far to the right and got his front bumper into that dirt and got his right wheel stuck behind the stone. So as we sit here and work with this, I believe I've cut some of this out, and we'll see that basically he gets pulled backwards with a winch and they get him straightened out and he gets out of there. Up to this point, it's been mostly gravel roads, a little bit of light water, a few little rocks. We had that one small ditch that we had to negotiate around. Now we're coming up here to what is of this trip, the most difficult portion. It's not that bad. As you can see, we have about a 4-foot drop off. You can see the Jeep a couple of cars up from me negotiating, and we have to go down this little spot and up what looks like a wet creek bed. You have to hug the mud wall as you go through here, and we'll watch these guys do it. The Tacoma in front of me has a step rail on his side, and the worst thing he does is digs a little real estate into his steps. Doesn't really have any damage. Now we do have spotters standing along the side helping people out, because a lot of the folks on this trail are first-time trail riders and taking this easy one just so they can, get started and learn a little bit. And next up is my turn. We watch him as he goes through the mud hole. There's also a rock on the left side, so you need to stay as far right as possible to keep your wheels and tires out of that rock so you can get on by it. And here I wait until he's mostly out of the way as far as he can before I start. That's another thing with obstacles. If you've never done this before, you want to let whoever's in front of you clear it as best they can before you start, because you may need to give it more gas than usual, and you don't need somebody to be in your way. And hopefully the folks behind you will give you the same courtesy. Here we go down, and you'll watch us just slide down into this little muddy creek area. One of the fellows from Wannabe Overland filming. And here we go. If you notice the truck up ahead, he's making a 90-degree right-hand turn. There's kind of a muddy hill there to get out. He's kind of backing up and straightening up. I believe he has a rear locker in that vehicle. My TJ that I have here has a limited slip 8.8 Ford in the rear end. It just kind of goes along. Mine's a 2-door. So here I am going through here, getting up. See, he's on the hill there, stuck just a little bit. I may give him a little more room here as we get through. And he's spinning some tires a little bit, but he's light. It's a pickup truck, so he's new at this. He'll get it. Everybody makes it through without any problems. We give him a little minute to get through while we wait. And he's out. And we'll take the little TJ and make this 90-degree turn and climb it right up and out. I do have 33-inch KM3 mud tires on this, so my little Jeep here isn't very heavy, and we just go right up and right out without hesitation. And we turn over here and we wait for everybody else. As we pull up here, we'll have another video of another car going through this. And over here on the right, we have my little phone video again. That's a newer JKU going through. Now he doesn't have lockers, he doesn't have limited slip, doesn't have anything, and he negotiates this pretty well without too much trouble. As he climbs right down it and back into the mud and right on down through. This used to be a road that got washed out, I believe. That's why we have to cross it the way we do in order to get out. And you can see him just going right on through the edge there. As we go through here, we see that we have a few little things. We got a few little, a little rough road going. We got a few rocks. We got a little washboard here that's a little bit wider, and you can see that we've got a new vehicle in front of us now. That's a Gladiator, another part of the Wannabe Overland crew. So we're going to do a few of these, and again, it's not very hard. Here pretty soon we're going to stop for lunch. We're getting ready to come up on a little wide spot where we have to straddle both sides of the road with the vehicle. You'll see there's a rut in the middle, kind of a washout. You can see it in the vehicle in front of me. And we'll just kind of climb this. Again, it's a little bit rocky, but it's nothing hard. Everybody goes right through it and right out of it. That's why I made this video, so you can see how easy and a beginner could do this one without too much trouble. Apparently we're coming up on a little something here. Everybody's slowed down, so we were waiting people to cross it. So let's see what we have. I guess it's one that I might have forgot about. Let's see what we've got. See the Toyota there in front of the Gladiator. Just a little more rocks. Looks like nothing very hard. Just a little downhill from the other side. It's pretty easy. Everybody's going to navigate this really easy. You can see there's a little bit deeper ditch there. And depending on how you want to ride it, just pick the best line you have and go that way. I've sped this up a little bit here because we're getting to the end of the trail. We've been on the trail now for probably 3 hours or so. We're getting ready to stop for lunch. We're pulling up in a field here where we're all going to park and pull our lunch out that we've brought with us and have lunch and kind of visit with everybody. Take a little break before we get right back out and hit the trails for the afternoon. So we've had our lunch now. We're back on pavement, heading toward the next couple of trails. What we've done to this point was harder than what we had done the rest of the day. What you see there, just a spot in the road of gravel. We're not quite there yet. Pretty soon we'll be up to a turn that'll get us going back in toward the trails. I sped this up to kind of, like I said, this was a 6-hour video when I started, down to a little over a half an hour. So here we go. And here we are climbing our way out and finishing up the trail ride for the day. We've had a good day, nobody had any problems, and we're heading back to the Cowley's campground right now. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.